Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this WILN Sports Special presentation of the Lehigh Valley Health Network Orthopedic Institute Game of the Week. It's homecoming weekend at Crestwood High School as the hometown Comets play host to the Cougars of Hazleton area. You are looking live at a somewhat smoky Crestwood Stadium on the campus of Crestwood High School. Thank you for joining us for continuing coverage of high school football on WILN as the Cougars take the field. I'm Marty Burns, joined as always by the coach Joe DeMelfi, the ever-popular Mike Sosar on the sidelines, Jim Burns on the stats. And Joe, it is homecoming weekend, back-to-back weeks, last week at Hazleton Area High School, this week at Crestwood High School. And another football player, homecoming king, kicker for Crestwood, wears number 42, Ethan Zabrowski, the homecoming king. And Coach, before I grill you with any questions, let's first pause for our national anthem.
Virginia Franks and Ethan Cotillo.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was our national anthem, and Joe, it's like a who's who here tonight. I look over to our right, former assistant coach for Rocco Patron, Coach K, Mark Koskolitz, in attendance. And how about the appearance tonight of the marvelous Mike Lula? Great to see Lulu.
Marvelous Mike Lula.
As we mentioned, homecoming weekend, and right off the bat, Joe, you see going out in crutches. We talked about it a little bit last week. Just a shame to see Jane Shedlock lost for the year for this Crestwood football team. That young man has battled injuries, and I even forgot a very good track and field career that he had going, and maybe in jeopardy for this junior season for him. So we wish that young man nothing but the best as he goes out with the captains.
Hopefully his rehab, Marty, will go well, and then he can come back from that knee situation.
Saw Mike Monahan, our referee, indicate that Crestwood won the toss. They want the football to start. Mike is joined by Bill Monahan, the umpire. Doug Guinea is the linesman. The line judge, Bill White. Brian Jacobowski is the field judge. Jim Cox, tonight's side judge, our officials.
Marty, I was going to say Lincoln Bilbla has filled in admirably for Shedlock up to this point. Has been all over the field, both offensively and defensively. One of the things that the Cougars are going to contend with tonight, Coach Buckman, I think after last week, I'm convinced Cougars running on the 6 cylinders, at least 5 of them right now, running the ball well. doing a great job. Austin Wilson driving the bus, able to throw it down the field. Let's see if they continue that this evening.
And another impressive group has been their defense the last couple of weeks. We'll see them first. Back deep to receive the kick. Number 2, Gio Barna. Number 17, Nate Walsh.
I'll tell you what, Marty, defense, they held Wilkes-Barre area below 50 yards. I was talking to Mr. Burns earlier, and they really did a great job last week.
Number 14, Jack Mariano, getting ready to kick it away. The Cougars in the white going from left to right. This Lehigh Valley Health Network Orthopedic Institute game of the week underway. Kick to the short man that covered it up at the Comet 37-yard line. And that was covered by Carter Kennedy.
Carter Kennedy did a nice job, Marty, rather than try to field that bouncing ball, not sure where it's going. He drops on it. Good field position for the Comets.
And if I would have gave you the word early on, I would have been giving you proper scouting from our advanced scout from MMI, who said that to watch out for Mr. Walsh wearing number 17. Maybe that's why we had a short kick.
Okay. Don't kick it to him, and we're coming back.
Cougars were offsides, so the Cougars, again with Mariano, will kick it off. But if they kick short, it should be really good field position to start for the Comets. And it's going to be a bouncing kick. That's going to be picked up by the aforementioned Walsh, and he's brought down by the special teams unit of Hazleton area at about the 27-yard line. I believe that might have been Xavier Heck on the tackle.
And Logan Gennaro looked like he was down there. Marty, I was going to mention, one of the things Hazleton area has done extremely well this year, special teams. They get down the field, they cover, they break down rather than running by the ball carrier. First down for the Comets.
With Shedlock being out, we saw this young man last year as a freshman. Jack Rogers takes over a quarterback as a sophomore, and he doesn't look like the moment is too big as he gives an inside handoff that gets about 5 or 6, and that was right off the bat Colin Lazo for the Comets.
That's a play that has become a staple for the Crestwood team. Run that inside handoff. They're pulling some people right to left, pick up good yardage, first down.
Direct snap this time to Jake Jekyll. Jekyll trying to get to the outside. He's got a first down and more. Flag down on the far sideline.
The reason Jekyll was able to get to the corner, one of the inside backers turned up quickly, didn't get there in time, but I think we may have a block in the back or a hold, not quite sure which.
I believe Mike Monahan said hold.
9-yard line.
And cut back to the 29, making it 2nd and 9 for the Comets. Line shift by Crestwood. And again, another direct snap to Jekyll. Jekyll trying to get to the outside. He's got a first down and more. And he'll be tripped up by Heck near midfield, but up before a Grand Central. Crestwood first down.
Heck with doing a good job and from the secondary, knocking the ball carrier outside. Marty, clear corner there. Either the defensive back needs to come up to pressure that run, or a linebacker coming over. Neither happened, so big gainer for the Comets.
Jekyll took the snap and he gave an inside handoff to Lazo. Hit hard by his counterpart, number 14, Mariano.
Mariano, good tackle.
The tackle was made by
3 seconds 7.
And quick snap. Going down the sideline, depending where he stepped out, was Jekyll, but should have another Grand Central first down.
People probably thinking about why is he so quick to the corner. The end has to contain, or linebacker has to contain, or defensive back has to get up.
Hazleton area takes a timeout. No score on the opening drive of the ball game.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Marty, we come back with Jekyll, 3 rushes, 43 yards, 14 yards a rush. The defense has to step up for the
And I think the up-tempo
Cougars.
no huddle also caused Coach Bookman to take
they
a timeout.
You're right there, that quick snap as we look at a first down.
This is Lincoln Bibla hitting the middle of that pile, but a host of white jerseys push him backwards. Maybe a yard for Bibla.
Bibla tried to get to the left side, but that time the Cougars stepped up. Several Cougars in on that tackle. Out of that formation, Marty, obviously the quarterback could, but Heckle has been the person right now that has been the big rusher.
This will be Lazo cutting it back. And he is brought down, depends on the spot, very close to the first down.
Lazo found that gap between the defensive end, the linebacker. Good job by that Crestwood offensive line getting up on the defenders. 4 down territory.
Low snap to Rogers, being pressured, and he's hit immediately and dropped for a loss. That was Ashton Carlick who came up with the initial hit on Rogers.
Looked like a little bit of a low snap. Rogers tried to go right side. There was nothing there. So, we're looking at a 4th and 5.
Timeout Crestwood before that 4th and 5. No score on the opening drive of the ball game.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations, Route 93 in Nescopec,
Or downtown Hazleton.
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
FNL Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier for over 50 years, providing quality products and services to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry garage doors from leading manufacturers in the industry like Rainer. They guarantee parts and service for your home or business, from new construction to replacement doors, inspections, and service calls. FNL Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR or visit FNL Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township or Schuylkill Haven.
This is the Lehigh Valley Health Network Orthopedic Institute game of the week. A critical 4th and 5 on the opening possession after the Crestwood timeout.
My guess is they're going to corner with somebody.
They were looking to swing it out to Jekyll. He got pressured by Vasquez, got away from it, and he's down the sidelines and steps out of bounds for a Grand Central first down. But first, a flag back at the 25.
That's when you rush the passer and you have a pretty good shot at him, you have to be under control. That was not. But with the flag down, I think the Comets are coming back.
We're going to place the ball at the 35-yard line.
And I'm not sure what Hazleton area saw defensively, Joe, but the last 2 plays on the right side of the Crestwood line, there have been guys coming free.
We're going to talk about that in a second, Marty, as the punt team comes on.
Which includes the Crestwood homecoming king, Ethan Zabrowski, to punt it away. And a left footer angles it toward the end zone, but the Comets can't get to it. It'll go into the end zone for a touchback.
I was going to say the 2 plays they tried to run tackle to tackle, I'm talking about Crestwood, nothing. They ran that inside reverse type play, gain yardage. They gained big yardage on the corner. Now, Rogers was trying to pass, was rushed, so he got to the corner. Nobody there, but there was a hold on the corner. So Cougars start deep in their own territory.
Been very impressive offensively since we've been able to start watching them, Joe. And they take over with 8:12 remaining in the opening quarter, scoreless on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard. Play action. Wilson rolls right, being pressured by Kennedy. Now he looks to run, and he's knocked out of bounds. Some of the Hazleton assistants next door to us were calling for a flag, but the officials did not agree. It's going to be a loss of about a yard to the 19.
Marty, when you're rushing a potential passer or a runner, never leave your feet. And that's what one of the Crestwood players did there. Wilson was able to turn up. Didn't gain any yardage, but he got it back almost to the line of scrimmage.
So here come the Cougars. 2nd and 11 from their own 19. Drop ball! Loose! Crestwood says they had it. Comets football! And Joe, it almost looked like, as making the recovery first, we'll get to Gonzalo Lozano. But it almost looked like Wilson didn't have it to hand it off.
Never had the ball, sort of bounced off his chest and went to the ball carrier, or the potential ball carrier, fell on the ground, the Comets with the ball.
So it looks like it'll be marked at the 18. So starting this drive after the turnover are the Comets in the FNL Doors red zone.
Big break for the Comets.
Wide to the bottom of your screen, the 6'2" tight end Kennedy, and now he'll shift to the top of your screen. Wonder if you might want to take a shot here, but they'll snap it immediately to Jekyll. He's trying to get to the outside. Hazleton area tries to string him out, and a great tackle there by Mariano after a short gain.
I'll tell you, that was a great job.
And whistles. We have an official timeout. Not quite sure what the officials saw there. Jim Burns getting behind his cheaters, saying someone lost a shoe.
Well,
got to go to the sideline.
Let's see what the shift, if they do shift, what that brings. Pretty much unbalanced left side.
And Bibla got the carry as he got inside the 15 to about the 13.
Inside the 15-yard line, looks like about the 13-yard line, 3rd down and 5.
Picked up a couple of yards. Again, tackle to tackle. The Hazleton defense is there. They've been hurt on the corner.
This time it's Biala getting the direct handoff, and that was Karlik again defensively, holding him to a short gain, maybe only a yard.
Great tackle by Karlik. Again, trying to go off that right side.
And I'll tell you, Joe, for as much as we've been impressed with the young man offensively, even last year when he got a lot of time for Hazleton area, defensively, Ashton Karlik's been a stud.
Very active. Marty gets to the ball. Wraps his arms, really a good tackler. As we look at a 4th down.
This will be Jekyll. Jekyll trying to find some running room, got tripped up by Heck, and it looks like on the spot he's picked up a Grand Central 1st down.
Again, outside. That time it was interesting. Rogers didn't take the snap. Heckle did, but Rogers led him as a blocker. So, as I said, right now, defensively, Hazleton being hurt on the perimeter.
1st and goal from the 7. Rogers, inside handoff, and coming up to make the open field tackle, Hunter Johnson.
Nice job by Johnson on the tackle. Tried to come back to the left side. Johnson doing a nice job.
No gain on the play, 2nd down.
One thing you have to be ready defensively against Crestwood. I mean, they can snap the ball once they get set any time. Overloaded right side.
And movement up front stops the play. And, Joe, I know you've talked to a lot of these coaches. You go against an offense like Crestwood presents, assignment football is key. You just can't go running around and
no
get yourself
doubt
out
about
of position.
it. And the other thing you have to do is the Crestwood line, and that's why the penalty there, they're ready to go right now. That time the cadence was a little delayed and they were called for movement. Let's look at the formation. And one of the other things you have to do on defense is recognize the formation. We got a wide slot right side.
2nd and goal from the 12. And Rogers didn't like what he saw, takes the second time out. 4:42 left in a scoreless 1st quarter.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years. S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Down to one timeout remaining. This is the Lehigh Valley Health Network Orthopedic Institute Game of the Week. No score.
Let me tell you how the first 8 minutes have evolved. Hazleton has -2 yards. They've had the ball 11 seconds. Crestwood, 68 yards, has had the ball 7 minutes and 13 seconds.
They're going to hand it to Walsh, coming in motion. He cuts it back. Walsh to the end zone. Touchdown, Crestwood.
Again, outside, Marty. You have to be alert defensively. I'll tell you the other thing, all that moving around, sometimes you lose the ball carrier. Can't afford to do that. Touchdown for the Comets.
Lazo to hold for the homecoming King Zabrowski.
Zabrowski for the point after.
Kick is up and good. 4:37 left in the opening quarter. On homecoming weekend, Comets strike first, leading 7-0.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Crestwood dominating the football as Hazleton area did last week on homecoming weekend, and they take advantage of a Cougar turnover, leading 7-0.
Marty, Crestwood, Walsh, 12-yard run, outside. Zabrowski kicked good, 6 plays, 18 yards, 3:24, and we are still in the first quarter.
And Zabrowski with a squibbing kick, picked up by one of the up men. That's Yo-Yo Moran. Moran looking for some open field as he got knocked down about across the 40. Great starting field position for their second drive for the Cougars of Hazleton area. So you see 4:31 left in the opening quarter. Crestwood on homecoming weekend leading 7-0 on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard.
Marty, one of the things that the Hazleton offense needs to do is move the ball a little, give their defense a rest, because that Crestwood offense field a lot, you're going to be in trouble. Let's see what Hazleton can do offensively.
It's going to be a handoff. It's Carlick. Carlick on first down gets about 8.
Left side, Carlick. That's something we saw a lot of last week against Wilkes-Barre area. He's done a very good job. The left side picks up 8 yards on the first down.
Carlick, now this time met in the backfield, dropped for a loss. Coming up to make the play, Kyle Drana.
I'll tell you what, Marty, it was Kyle Drana was there right now. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. So they're looking at, he lost about 3, looking at a 3rd and 5. And as I mentioned, you really don't want to go 3 and out.
Third down and 5 from the 45. That's Gonzalez in motion in the bottom of your screen. 4 wides that way, and here comes Wilson. Cuts it back. Wilson's got a first down and more. Down the sideline. Knocked out of bounds by Matt Urban, but not before a Grand Central. Cougar first down.
I'll tell you what, they had 4 receivers and they all got down the field. Just, again, the kind of block where you shadow somebody. Wilson got to the corner, was able to pick up the first down, and good additional yardage. That's something we've seen Wilson do in the games we've had with the Cougars so far.
Play clock down to 4. The Cougars are going to have to hustle here. Down to 2. Timeout, Hazleton area to beat the play clock running out. We'll keep it here with 3:03 remaining in the opening quarter on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard. 7-0 Comets.
Need to pay attention to obviously the play clock, Marty. Comets were up defensively, but offensively the Cougars did not get up. They were almost under 5 seconds.
So, Joe, it was great to see marvelous Mike Lula in attendance here at Crestwood earlier on tonight. And it reminds us that we forgot something, or more importantly, I forgot something last weekend. So a belated happy birthday last Saturday to Where Have You Gone, Joe Maggio. So, Madge, we miss you, but we wanted to make sure to wish you a happy birthday.
I second that, Marty.
And, of course, it was my fault that I forgot last week.
A lot of timeouts used up here in the first quarter of the first half.
May change some thinking late in that opening half. Both teams down to only 1 out remaining in this half. So 1st and 10 from the 35. It's Wilson again, cutting it back. Bouncing to the outside. He's got a first down and more down the sideline. Knocked out of bounds inside the 15. Not before another Grand Central. Cougar first down.
Now, Crestwood had a player up the field. Wilson did turn it up. But you have to get there and make that tackle. Wilson has very, very good speed. Once he gets to the corner, much like Crestwood, Wilson is hurting the Comets on the perimeter.
That gain of 22 puts the Cougars in the FNL Doors red zone. 1st and 10 at the Crestwood 13.
Cougars looking to answer the Comet touchdown.
Gonzalez again in motion to the bottom of your screen. Fake the handoff to Karlik. It's Wilson. And he'll be brought down maybe for a gain of 1. That was Lincoln Bibla on the tackle.
Bibla there, along with several other players. Carter Kennedy also there. Miller wanted to make the fake and then take it up the field, but good penetration by that defensive front. Linebackers.
Karlik goes in motion to the bottom of your screen. Wilson rolling that way, throws, tipped up in the air and incomplete. Gio Barna read it well and tipped it away from Moran.
Great play defensively. Barna right there, knocking it down. So, Comets with a 3rd and 9, but they are in 4 down territory, Marty. Don't have to pick up, they can pick up a first down before the touchdown. The 10-yard mark is about the 4-yard line.
Karlik, straight up the middle, inside the 10 to about the 8. Will leave the Cougars with a 4th and about 5.
Good pickup. Like I said, they didn't have to pick it all up. They have to convert now on this 4th and 5. Don't know if they are considering the kick. I don't think they are. Miller brings the play in from the sideline. Wilson.
Wilson rolling right, looking back under pressure, throws incomplete. I believe that was Bibla on the pressure that forced the short throw from Wilson.
I'll tell you what, Jaskowitz and Bibla made the play. Quick pressure on Wilson as he went to the right side, didn't have enough to get the throw back. So the Comet defense does their job. Minute 18 left, first quarter.
Rogers goes on the inside handoff, and the Cougars not fooled. Coming from behind to make the play was Hunter Johnson.
Yeah, I think defended that inside reverse type play very well there. Didn't look like they picked up much, if anything, as we are under a minute clock running in the first quarter.
Jekyll gets the direct handoff, and he's tripped up in the backfield. That coming up was Gonzalez on the tackle. Some extracurricular as a flag was thrown late.
The extracurricular, two people away from the ball were engaged. And let's see what the call will be. Marty, great job by the Hazleton defense because the Comets wanted to cut that back. But Hazleton right there, as we will get the
offsetting penalties will make it 3rd and 10 from the 8.
We are at 36 seconds. As I said, Marty, first thing you do is recognize the formation.
Rogers out of the gun, Jekyll right next to him. Crestwood uses their final timeout of the half for a 3rd and 10. We'll keep it here. And very interesting that Crestwood uses all their timeouts in the opening quarter. They're really not going to have, well, I shouldn't say they're not. They're definitely not going to have anything come the late stages of this opening half. Want to remind you, can you believe it, Joe? October the 11th marks senior night, the final home game of the season for Hazleton area before they finish the year with 2 road games. They'll be playing host to the Pittston area Patriots. It'll be the Lehigh Valley Health Network Orthopedic Institute game of the week, and it'll be next Friday night live at 7. Patriots Cougars from Harmon Geist Stadium live on WYLN.
One of the things, Marty, is obviously big 3rd down, because if they can't convert this, they're going to have to punt it away. Now, I think the defensive side, you have to say to them, they've hurt us on the perimeter a little bit inside with the inside handoff on that inside reverse. Those are the things we need to look for. Be ready. When they're over the ball, you must be ready defensively.
So it is 3rd and 10. Rogers out of the gun. And we may have had movement up front on the Comets.
I go back to my original comment. The linemen are ready to go. If the cadence is just a little off, it's going to be a problem. So now add the 5 yards to that third down. It's third and about 14, maybe 15.
Low snap. Rogers being pressured, throws across the middle to Bibla. Broke one tackle, and he stepped out of bounds, and he, looking at the official on the far side, maybe a yard shy.
He's going to be just shy, I believe, as the quarterback was able to get to the corner, found Bibla as he went to the flat.
And actually, he appears to be 2 yards shy at the 16. So 4th and 2 for the Comets, and it looks like they'll bring on the punting unit. But almost getting the first down, but also a great job of giving room to Zabrowski to punt it.
Well, the other thing is, Marty, good job by the defense getting there, not allowing Bibla to get the first down.
Low line drive kick by Zabrowski that takes a great Crestwood roll.
Great roll.
You know, for the rare times that my ball hits the fairway, it doesn't go that far.
Let's not talk about my golf game.
It's not mine.
Marty.
Yes.
Great punt
Yes.
in that situation. He kicks it to the 35-yard line, maybe
And-
inside.
And, Coach, I know you always preach about catching the football, but a punt like that seemed like it was too low and too much of a line drive.
Exactly. You have to stay away from it. Give him credit. Zabrowski did a great job getting it down the field.
Punt of 63 yards, says Jim Burns.
I'm sure Hazleton was looking at the 50-yard line as a possibility.
Wilson out of the gun. He's under pressure. And he's going to be dropped for a sack. And that is going to be Yaskevich.
Wilson taken down in the backfield.
And clock will wind down. Throw a quarter on homecoming weekend. The hometown Comets lead the Cougars 7-0. You're watching the Lehigh Valley Health Network Orthopedic Institute Game of the Week on WYLN.
Contact Pete Kasalika for a home and auto quote today.
We don't need to tell you who we are. With dedicated employees across the region, you've seen us around. We live, work, and play here. We create jobs, connect our schools and universities, and support essential services. Our customers are our neighbors and our families. We're Service Electric, and for going on 75 years, we're your local internet, TV, and phone provider. And we're committed to this community because, well, we live here too.
Heading to the second quarter, it's the Lehigh Valley Health Network Orthopedic Institute Game of the Week. Comets on homecoming weekend lead the visiting Cougars 7-0.
You know, Marty, Alex Juskewicz, great job. He helped on the 4th down when the Cougars were threatening. Now he comes up with a huge sack on Wilson. First quarter, and we're going to give the stats right after the first play.
Was a loss of 9, so 2nd and 19 for the Cougars at their own 24.
Looking to the sideline, trying to pick up the play.
Wilson downfield and overshot Moran, incomplete.
Good coverage there. Jack Rogers with good coverage. First quarter, Hazleton 41 yards rushing, no yards passing. 41 yards total. They've had the ball 3 minutes, 47 seconds. Crestwood, 80 yards rushing, 12 yards passing, 92 total. They had the ball 8 minutes and 13 seconds, bringing up third down. Long for the Cougars. And now we have a whistle. Time.
Delay of game on the Cougars. They had to take a timeout in the first quarter because the play clock was running down. And here this time a delay of game, making it 3rd down now and 24.
You can't afford, I mean, that's a tough situation. Your defense, if you can't convert here, your defense is going to have to get back on the field. They spent more than half in the first quarter on the field.
Wilson again going deep and overshot everybody. He was looking for Moran, and again Rogers on the coverage.
Rogers did a great job there. He played him off, and the receiver ran the route right to Rogers. There was no chance to make that catch. Cougars are going to have to punt it away.
So Wilson back to punt it away. Wobbly kick that Lazo may have touched and had to get on it quickly at his own 44.
Heck down the field very quickly, Marty. We talked about the Cougars' special teams. They get down the field and make tackles. I thought Lazo did touch that ball, had to go after it, but heck, right there. Good field position for the Comets.
Want to remind you, coming up at the half, Jim Burns will give us halftime stats. So we invite you to stay tuned for that coming up at the half. As Crestwood comes out looking to build on a 7-0 lead on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard. Rogers rolling right. Pumps, and he throws it away as Vasquez came in on the pressure.
Pass is incomplete.
Vasquez, good pressure. Rogers came to the corner like maybe I'm going to run, pulled up, and that's when Vasquez was able to get there. Did a good job of getting rid of it. So it's going to be 2nd and 10.
This is Walsh in motion. He's going to get it again, but this time the Cougars string it out. Vasquez sent him back inside to Mariano for the tackle.
I'll tell you, great job by Vasquez. That's what you need to do. Now the ball carrier has to turn it inside, and you have some people there. Very good job by the Hazleton defense. Vasquez setting it up, 3rd and 12.
Low snap, and Rogers will just fall on it.
I'll tell you why. He's a sophomore, Rogers, but he made a very good decision there. Rather than try and fumble with the ball, maybe lose it, he fell on it, they'll punt it away. So the Hazleton defense comes up big here, first drive of the second quarter.
You're going to look at Zabrowski.
For the Cougars, Zabrowski, the punt.
High snap. Zabrowski gets it off. Fair catch called for by Van Gilst. Look like they'll credit him with the 36 of Hazleton area. So the Cougars will take over there. 10-14 remaining in the opening half on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard. While we have a moment, I want to thank the Third Base Luncheonette for supplying our crew meal tonight, as they have all season long and for so many seasons. Third Base Luncheonette, proud supporter of WILN Sports. Okay, just off of 9th Street in Hazleton. Many thanks to the Third Base Luncheonette. Wilson looks and batted down. Couldn't tell. Kennedy may have been the one to bat it down for the Comets.
Carter Kennedy, 6'2". Marty, your offensive line, you're going to throw the ball 5 yards. You cannot set up like you're pass blocking. You need to fire off the ball. Worry about getting downfield and contact those people up front. Why? Keep their hands down. That time Kennedy, who's 6'2" to begin with, had a good chance with his hands in the air.
Wilson looks to get to the outside. Nothing much there at all. A loss of about a yard. Eli Meadows led the charge for Crestwood.
Tried to go to the short side, Marty. Hash mark on the right. He tried to go to his right. Too many people there, offensively and defensively. And Crestwood's defense comes up with a good stop.
So 3rd and 12 from the Cougar 34. Wilson across the middle and overshot the intended target, Moran.
Moran was open, had some room to run. Wilson got the ball up in the air a little. 4th down. Crestwood's defense doing a nice job on that series.
Wilson backs up for the snap, gets off the punt, a good kick. That Lazo called for the fair catch, falls backward at his own 34.
Crestwood taking over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Nice job by Lazo. Crestwood's offense on the field again. Short offensive series for the Cougars.
Now a reminder, Crestwood, no timeouts remaining here in the half. 9:17, it's not a factor right now, but late in the half. Hazleton area only has 1 timeout remaining. Low snap, direct snap to Jekyll. Johnson got him low. Gonzalez tackled him high after a gain of about 4.
Jekyll found that inside lane. That happens when your outside people separate from that inside defense. Picked up decent yardage on the 1st down.
This will be Lazo. Dancing his way through the middle and got tripped up after a gain of about 2 or 3.
Hazleton now doing a better job getting a little penetration. Lazo had to bounce it a little bit outside. Finally ran in. It's almost his own offensive people. So 3rd down for the Comets.
Jekyll, grabbed by Johnson from behind, but not before he crosses the 45 to about the 46. Good for a Grand Central. Comet 1st down.
Rogers and Jekyll both have to have their hands up like they're going. So you really, if you're on defense, really have to pay attention to who the snap goes to. That happened once before where Rogers led the interference and the Comets convert the 1st down.
Play action. Rogers downfield, overshot Bibla, and it'll fall incomplete, shy of the waiting hands of Carlos Gonzalez.
Got it. You have to account for Bibla when they throw the ball. He'll sort of hesitate at the line of scrimmage, then down the field. He's not going to be 30 yards downfield. He's going to be 10, 12 yards down the field.
And it's exactly what you mentioned, Coach. You keep giving direct snaps to Jekyll, direct snaps to Jekyll. Then you give it to Rogers, he goes play action, and all of a sudden you're getting caught looking in the backfield. Maybe somebody's running by you. This time, direct snap to Barna. Barna looking for some room. He gets into Cougar territory at about the 48, leaving the Comets with about a 3rd and 4.
Looks like the 47-yard line.
Appears to be an injured Cougar.
And we do have a timeout on the field.
I think one of the things you have to consider is the amount of time that defense, and it's not an extremely warm night, but the amount of time you're on the field and the number of plays the offense run, obviously wearing on the defensive players. This also benefits Crestwood in that they have no timeouts left. So they're able to get together and talk about maybe calling 2, possibly 3 plays in a row.
And we're going to resume play with 3rd down and 4 with the ball at the 48-yard line.
Third and 4 at the 48. Jekyll with Rogers in the backfield. And it's Jekyll. Barna, I apologize. And he's got the 1st down and more. Johnson will bring him down from behind, but not before Barna picks up a grand central. Comet 1st down.
Great job by Barna cutting it up, but Heller did a good job turning that in, but no one there to make the tackle. So Barna makes a nice cut up the field in the 1st down.
And it's going to be Lazo. Bounced off a couple of tacklers before he's pushed back by Gonzalez, among others, for a gain of 3.
Down to about the 36-yard line. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Plenty of time on the play clock.
There's no timeouts. No timeout. No timeout. Delay of game on Crestwood. They had no timeouts remaining.
Good, your call, Marty, was a very good one. As we are at the 6-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, delay a game because of the timeout situation, 5 yards, so it's going to be 2nd down, and about 12 approximately. Rogers has to keep that in mind. He's only a sophomore, mistakes like that. But you have to keep that kind of situation in mind.
So it's Hazleton area with 1 timeout remaining. Crestwood is out. And one of the things for the young quarterback, scoreboard to his back. So wasn't able to see his Barna. Again, a direct snap, this time to the left side. And he's hauled down as he gains about 5.
Interesting. Rogers went to his right, like they were, and Barna goes to his left. Really naked. There wasn't, except for the offensive lineman. Hazleton does a decent job of getting up after about a 5-yard gain. So we're looking at 3rd and maybe 7.
This is Jekyll. Jekyll has a 1st down and more and a burst of speed down the sideline. He's still going! Did he stay in bounds? Touchdown, Crestwood! What a great run by Jake Jekyll!
Oh, Jekyll, Marty. Oh, Jekyll. We don't have replays tonight, unfortunately, but that was Jekyll making that touchdown run. He had the defenders around him, just couldn't get their hands on him. Jekyll having a big night for the Comets as they go up by 13, looking to make it 14.
Zabrowski for the point after. Kick is up, and it is good. So now we'll take a break. 5:17 left in the opening half on homecoming weekend. Crestwood leads it 14-0.
FNL Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier for over 50 years, providing quality products and services to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry garage doors from leading manufacturers in the industry like Rayner. They guarantee parts and service for your home or business, from new construction to replacement doors, inspections, and service calls. FNL Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR or visit FNL Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township or Schuylkill Haven.
And you will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nescopeck and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, England, and Dillon Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
All right, we're going to count. Here we go. 1.
On the Lehigh Valley Health Network Institute Game of the Week, homecoming weekend for the hometown Crestwood Comets here in Mountaintop, leading 14-0.
Marty, Crestwood, Jekyll, 35-yard run. Zarkowski with the kick, 9 plays, 65 yards. Jekyll, 3 rushes, 41 yards. Barna, 3 rushes, 21 yards, 14-0 Comets.
And a little bit of a different look. Coming out is Cooper Lawbaugh to kick it away, wearing number 99. Gonzalez will have to pick it up at the 9. And he's hit at about the 18.
Gonzalez fielded.
Did a flag fall out there?
We have, I believe, a flag, and I think the call may be something about a hold or block in the back. Yeah. Marty, on Jekyll's run, I don't know if you would agree with me, but it looked like a tired defense trying to get to Jekyll. Jekyll have some speed, but they defensively, I think the Cougars are slowing down because of the time spent on the field.
And the impression was, until that Jekyll run, it was a methodical, grinding out drive, because what did we say, 9 plays, 65 yards. The previous 8 plays only gained 30 yards. Jekyll gained 35 on that run.
Exactly.
So the Cougars looking to get something going here, especially with the fact that they'll get the ball to start the second half. So the old double header here that Bill Belichick likes, and a great start. Pass to Moran out to the 20. Gain of 12 and a Grand Central first down.
Good job by the Hazleton coaches. Moran was open a series or 2 ago over the middle, made that good throw. Moran with a nice catch. Austin Wilson with a very nice throw there. If they give him time, he can be accurate.
Wilson rolls right. Wilson spins, has a first down and more out near the 35. Good for another Grand Central first down.
Oh, Wilson does a great job. Went to the right side, looked like he was going to be tackled. Somebody grabbed his jersey, but he spun away, picks up the first down.
And I'm sorry, ball's on the 36-yard line.
So gains of 12 and 16 to start this drive from Hazleton area to get out from their 8. They now have 1st and 10 from their own 36.
They have one timeout left, Marty.
Carlick on the delay. Crestwood not full. Bring him down for a loss of about 3.
Well, I'll tell you what, Marty, and I say this every game. You can't expect an offensive player, to be successful with that kind of penetration up the field. Defensive front by Crestwood up the field right now. Crestwood with their Delaware, Michigan helmet design.
With their own shade of red. Pass for Mariano. What a great catch to haul it down as he had Barna all over him defensively, and Mariano went up and got it.
Ball was thrown high enough. Mariano up, makes the catch. Make it 3rd and about 7. Barna doing a nice job on defense.
In the midst of October, why not have the Crestwood band play Sweet Caroline? 3rd and 7, Cougars.
No response on that.
Well, I'm sure I stunned with a lot of people out there wondering what in the world is this man talking about. Wilson under pressure. Got it off, complete to Gonzalez. He's in Crestwood territory. Stutter step. And brought down inside the 35. It's a Grand Central. Cougar first down.
Wilson under pressure, almost underthrew it. Gonzalez, Marty, great effort. That ball was low, but he got it. Plus, the yards after the catch.
And not only at this level, Joe, we could talk the highest levels of football. When a ball is that low, sometimes you see receivers peeking to see where everybody is before they snag that low throw. What a great job by Gonzalez.
He kept his concentration on the ball, was able to make the catch, and then as I said, good yards after the catch. So, Cougars.
On 3rd and 7, a gain of 27. Have them 1st and 10 at the Crestwood 34. Wilson runs the draw. He's straight up the middle, and he'll be brought down by Urban, but not before a gain of about 6.
They've run that play several times. We saw it last week. He takes that drop step, enough of a hesitation to call it a draw, is able to pick up decent yardage, first down.
Now he'll check to the sideline. Plenty of time on the play clock, which has hampered them a little bit in this opening half. 2 minutes remaining in the half, 1 timeout remaining for the Cougars. Wilson's pass again tipped at that right side.
Off the ball, offensive line. You either do two things. If you're not going to get the line off the ball like that, have the receiver go to the sideline so you can throw it wider.
And great scouting from Crestwood. We've seen that successful so far this year. Wilson, quick drop, look right, find Moran, and let him run off with the football after the catch.
Bibla and Kennedy both are pretty good size.
Wilson across the middle, overshot Moran, incomplete. Rogers again on the coverage.
They've gone to that play several times. That time, Rogers doing a nice job on coverage.
So now 4th and 4 from the Comet 28.
1:50 left.
Beware, Freddie Corrado just came in with the play. Corrado will take the snap. He looks across the middle and shot a bullet to Moran that fell incomplete.
Good pass. Moran, usually sure-handed, that time couldn't hold on. The Cougars will turn it over.
So 1:47, no timeouts remaining for Crestwood. Be interesting to see what Coach Ark and his staff come up with here. Speaking of his staff, had an opportunity pregame to assistant coach and former head coach Greg Myers. Doing well, looking good.
Spending time as an assistant, and obviously has enough time for his home life, which is one of the reasons he gave up the head coaching job.
Jekyll direct snap, bounced off a couple of Cougar tackles as he gets out to the 34 for a gain of 6.
I'll tell you what, Vasquez did a nice job getting off the block and making contact. Didn't make the tackle, but slowed the ball carrier down.
Crestwood rushed to the line, and I believe Hazleton area took their final timeout, trailing 14-0. Keep it here.
Okay, I'm sure Coach Buckman and his staff talking about be ready, don't get caught with a trick play. Make sure if you get to the ball carrier gets to the corner, we wrap him up. As I said, when Jekyll scored the touchdown, defense looked a little tired getting there.
Can't believe we're saying it, Joe. 2 games remaining at Harmon Geist next week, a week off, and then we head to the huge rivalry game in the Schuylkill League between Monoy area and Shenandoah Valley.
And the season rapidly coming to an end.
Bobble by Jekyll went up the middle, got knocked down, and appears to have a Grand Central first down.
Not sure if, as they moved the markers, not sure if he fumbled that ball and came back or if it was a designed play. First down clock will start. So we're looking at under a minute.
Jekyll now 11 carries, 102 yards, and a Crestwood touchdown in this opening half. And it's Jekyll. Broke through the pile, and he got out across the 45 to the 46, a gain of 8 or 9. But he also lost his helmet and has to head to the sideline. But looking at both clocks, Crestwood could just let this wind out here in the opening half.
Just short of the first down, Marty, so you're right. We're under 20 seconds as they come out to line up. They do not have to run a play. But
they will, and they'll try with the freshman Walsh. Bounced off a pile, and the Cougars read it well to bring him down for no gain. And that will be the last play of the half. Mike Sosar is looking to get a halftime interview. We saw him in this morning's Standard Speaker with a picture of him and Dennis Bookman last week. Tonight, he has, as part of homecoming weekend, Crestwood head coach Ark.
All right, Coach. Tale of 2 halves, but this first half, my notes I make, I'm reading Hazleton's offense. 2 turnovers on downs, 2 punts, 1 turnover with a fumble. Tribute to the defense, I would say.
Yeah, no, defense is playing well. The game plan we put in during the week looks pretty good, but that half doesn't matter now. That half is over. I think we got bailed out by a drop there, too. They just didn't quite execute. So I think it's a little bit of combination of them maybe miscuing a little bit, and then us doing a really good job of hustling. So we'll see what happens second half.
aforementioned that turnover, Coach, that led to your first score, and in between those punts, your second score giving you a 2-score lead.
Yeah, no, I mean, we got to stay the course. We kicked ourselves in the foot there, in the butt a little bit because of the penalties. So if we play clean football and stay on schedule, I think we can get back in the end zone a little bit for sure.
Coach, best of luck in the second half. Back upstairs, guys.
Was there a photographer there to get another picture of Mike for next week's standard speaker?
What's going on here?
I heard there might be rumors that if you find him out in the parking lot, he might be signing glossies. We are at the half. It is the Lehigh Valley Health Network Orthopedic Institute game of the week, and at the half, 2 straight weeks. 2 straight opening halves that the school celebrating homecoming pitching a shutout. This time it's the Crestwood Comets leading it at the half 14-0. You're watching live high school football on WYLN.
We don't need to tell you who we are. With dedicated employees across the region, you've seen us around. We live, work, and play here. We create jobs, connect our schools and universities, and support essential services. Our customers are our neighbors and our families. We're Service Electric, and for going on 75 years, we're your local internet, TV, and phone provider. And we're committed to this community because, well, we live here too.
Contact Pete Kasalica for a home and auto quote today.
We welcome you back to Crestwood as we see the Hazleton Area High School Marching Band getting ready. We'll hear from them shortly. But, Joe, it's amazing, this game of football. What we saw from Hazleton Area last week, Crestwood is doing to them this week. Holding the football and playing good defense, pitching the shutout.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple of things, Marty. You know, Jekyll is over 100 yards rushing right now. I don't know how many carries. We'll get that during the halftime. But I think defensively, Hazleton Area needs to recognize the set, obviously pay attention, because there are 2 people that are looking like they'll take the snap. They have to tackle, and again, Jekyll's touchdown run, which put Comets up 14-0, was a great run, but it was a tired defense trying to get there. And offensively, they just haven't been able to get, talking about Cougars, into a rhythm.
It looks like we're just about ready. Let's head down field level. And let's hear from the Hazleton Area High School Marching Band.
Program, Whispering Woods.
As I walk along in the darkened woods, I see a flickering light. I follow it, hoping to find a way out. the light continues to shine. Follows every move while preparing for the next one. The woods have trapped me for quite some time now, but I will let it entrance me no longer.
That has been the Hazleton Area High School Marching Band with their halftime performance. We'll be back with halftime stats from Jim Burns right after this.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
FNL Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier for over 50 years, providing quality products and services to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry garage doors from leading manufacturers in the industry like Rayner. They guarantee parts and service for your home or business, from new construction to replacement doors, inspections, and service calls. FNL Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR or visit FNL Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township or Schuylkill Haven.
Contact Pete Kasalika for a home and auto quote today.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialist, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Homecoming weekend at Crestwood High School has the Comets in front 14-0. You're watching the Lehigh Valley Health Network Orthopedic Institute game at Crestwood Stadium on the campus of Crestwood High School. We're moments away from getting a look at halftime stats compiled by our very own Jim Burns.
Marty, we're looking at Crestwood, 7 first downs, 164 rushing, 12 passing, 176 total. They had 5 penalties, 34 yards. The Cougars with 5 first downs, 58 yards rushing, 45 passing, 103 total, 1 turnover, 2 penalties for 10 yards. Your point earlier, Marty, was well taken. Crestwood is doing to Hazleton what Hazleton did to Wilkes-Barre last week.
And the other big stat there, Joe, was that 1 turnover that led to that first Crestwood touchdown that Mike Sosar mentioned with Coach Art. But they only had to go 18 yards to get it. Critical turnover in this ballgame.
I agree. Short field. That's a really short field, 18 yards, as you mentioned. It adds to that 14-0 total. And the way they're Hazleton struggling offensively, they're going to have to try, as they receive the kickoff, they're going to have to try to maintain a little rhythm, some continuity on offense, maybe use Corrado a little bit to get the ball down the field.
So we're at the half. We thank Jim Burns for compiling our halftime stats. We'll be back with third quarter action as you watch the Lehigh Valley Health Network Orthopedic Institute Game of the Week here on WILN.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations,
Route 93 in Escapec,
or downtown Hazleton,
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
We don't need to tell you who we are. With dedicated employees across the region, you've seen us around. We live, work, and play here. We create jobs, connect our schools and universities, and support essential services. Our customers are our neighbors and our families. We're Service Electric, and for going on 75 years, we're your local internet, TV, and phone provider. And we're committed to this community because, well, we live here too.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
We welcome you back to Crestwood Stadium on the campus of Crestwood High School. It is homecoming weekend for Crestwood High School, and their Comets lead at 14-0 as we wait for both teams to come out for third quarter action. It is the Lehigh Valley Health Network Orthopedic Institute Game of the Week. Jim Burns gives us some individual stats. Austin Wilson for the Cougars, 8 carries, 53 yards. Ashton Carlick, who's been big the last bunch of games for Hazleton area, has only 4 carries for 6 yards. Wilson passing is 3 of 11 for 45 yards. Corrado 0 for 1, but as Coach suggested, maybe that's just a hint of what may be coming. We may see a little bit more in number 1. Gonzalez, 1 catch, 27 yards. Moran, 1 for 12. For Crestwood, Jekyll, 12 carries, 111 yards, and a touchdown. Lazo, 7 carries, 22 yards. Barna, 3 carries, 21 yards. And the freshman Nate Walsh has 3 carries, 11 yards for a touchdown. Rogers is only 1 of 3 passing for 12 yards. That pass that was completed went to Lincoln Bibla. Total plays, Crestwood has run 33 to Hazleton area's 24. Time of possession, big advantage for the Comets, 15-8, 20. The Cougars 2 of 6 on third down. Crestwood 3 of 7 on fourth down. 0 for 2, including that big play at the end of the half for Hazleton area. Crestwood is 1 for 1 on fourth down. Mentioned that time of possession disadvantage for Hazleton area. Might be able to make it up here. They'll get the ball to start the third quarter.
Well, you know what? You look at that. You said Hazleton had the ball for 8 minutes. We're looking at 24 total minutes in the first half. So that means their defense was on the field double what their offense. And they have players going both ways. So it gives you an idea. The Crestwood operates their offense, Marty. You can't afford a lapse of recognition or just like maybe I'll take a play, I'll be away from the ball. You have to stay engaged in the game. And believe me, that wears on a defense as the time moves on. Hazleton will receive, so let's see what they come up with here in the second half. You mentioned, I mentioned it earlier, we saw Corrado briefly in that first half. Maybe that's one of the things that may change here in the second half. Might see him a little more as Hazleton tries to find an answer offensively.
And as you suggested, Austin Wilson's a good enough athlete that you could really do some trickeration where you have both of them in the game at the same time.
You know what? Put them both in the game. Let Wilson go in motion to his left. Just dump a ball to him. He has the speed. Now he has a little room to operate. Who knows? He can get it down the field. Let's see if that's anything like the Cougars are thinking about as we begin the second half.
And the Comets special teams unit will trot out onto the field. Lawbaugh getting ready to kick it away as the Comets celebrating homecoming weekend will be in the red, going from left to right on your screen. And as has been this season, to take the kickoff for the Cougars in the white, Van Gilst wearing 3, Gonzalez wearing 2. And the second half from Crestwood. Underway. Taken by one of the up men. That's Karlik. Karlik straight up the middle. And Karlik will be brought down near the 40. Barna on the special teams tackle for Crestwood.
Karlik, great job. That was a line drive kick. He took it right at the end of that kick and didn't allow it to hit the ground. He takes it up to the 40, which will give them decent field position to start the second half.
So we'll see what the Cougars have drawn up in the locker room for this second half. Wilson back in at quarterback out of the gun. Draw. Wilson spins. And he's going to be brought down, but not before he gains 9 on first down. Brought down by Urban.
Wilson, nice job. Left side. Had a little room to run. Ran out of 1 or 2 tackles.
And maybe to speed things up, Corrado came in immediately with the play. We had talked about some issues with getting the play in and the play clock running down. Corrado immediately came in with the play for Hazleton area offensively. That's Van Gilst in motion. Corrado, quick pass. That's Moran, and that's a Grand Central. Cougar first down.
Moran was wide enough. He took that slight post, but it was a skinny post. He didn't take a big, and that ball was thrown. Moran with the catch. So, early on.
See if this is going to be a constant swap of plays as Wilson back in at quarterback. Gonzalez to the top of your screen. Wilson looks to run. Cuts it back, and he's brought down after a short gain of about 2. Drana among others on the tackle.
Short gain because of 2 things. Somebody's down.
And that might be Wilson.
Short gain because of good pursuit by that defense. Plus, he couldn't get up field. Took him a while to do that. Had to run to the sideline, so we have a timeout.
I believe that was Wilson. Hopefully it's just a matter of maybe he fell on the ball and had the wind knocked out of him. Hopefully it's nothing serious for him. And he is being helped up. But he's being helped to the sideline with a little bit of a limp.
Corrado will bring the Cougars back on the field, looking at a second.
So the training staff will look at Wilson. This is now Freddie Corrado's team to this point. As Wilson will be looked at the far sideline.
Corrado, a sophomore, has good size. He's 6'4".
Pass complete to Gonzalez, but he was hit immediately by Sire.
On that route, Marty forced the defensive back even deeper. Now, he was playing off. The defensive back to that side was playing off. You got to run the route to him so he takes another 2 or 3 steps back. That way it makes the pass more than a 4 or 5 yard pass. You have to run a route.
3rd and 6 from the 39. Corrado under pressure, got rid of it, and just out of the reach of Van Gilst, incomplete.
Van Gilst ran almost to the marker, but he rounded that route off, so, and plus the pressure, Marty. Need to make that a little bit quicker as we're looking at the punting team on
so
the
with
field.
Wilson on the bench, it looks like Corrado is going to punt. Same threat that when Wilson would punt, if you have Corrado punting from the 39.
So if the ball goes in the end zone, it'll be 19 yards and come out to the 20. Let's see what Corrado does here. He's going to punt it away.
High kick, giving his team a chance to cover it. And unsuccessful with Hazleton area. As Joe mentioned, a net of 19.
Good hustle again by that special teams. But they're going to give the ball up after about 2 minutes, maybe 3, close to 3 minutes on offense. So Crestwood, the Comets, taking over at their own 20.
Here comes Walsh in motion. Rogers gives to Lazo. and he's brought down for no gain. Hunter Johnson again, another strong game defensively for Hazleton area.
Hunter Johnson, that's what you do. You go inside out to make that tackle. Ball carrier was forced to turn it in. Hunter Johnson does a great job after he turns up the field. No gain on the play.
Over 3 minutes gone in the third quarter on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard. Crestwood up 14-0. Jekyll cuts it back in the middle. Doesn't find a lot, maybe two.
Pressure up the field quickly. Again, Hunter Johnson with that pressure forced Jekyll to turn inside. Was wrapped up after about a yard or two. Crestwood really doesn't have to be in a hurry, Marty. I mean, they're up 14. So they can take their time as they go. Unbalanced almost.
Low snap, and Rogers had to corral it. He's going downfield, had a man wide open. It's Barna. Barna lost the football, but it goes out of bounds before it can be corralled by Van Gilst. It'll be a Grand Central Crestwood first down. And Barna may be the injured Comet on the Hazleton area sideline.
That motion away. Barna took his time, got to the flat. Secondary looking at that motion to the right, moved to their left, and Barna had wide open underneath, down on the Hazleton sideline. Big play by the Comets from their passing game.
On that 3rd and 5 play, a gain of 22 as they snuck Barna out of the backfield.
You know, Marty, snuck is a good word because they sort of lull you to sleep. The secondary now is looking to their left because that's where Rogers is. Barna just took his time and got to the left, the right flat. Look, the secondary looking at it, he was wide open.
And unfortunately, Barna being helped to the sideline. Not a lot of pressure on his legs. Hopefully not a significant injury to Gio Barna. He's come up with some big plays tonight on both sides of the ball for Crestwood.
Trying to stay off. Don't know if it's an ankle or, but won't venture a guess. Hopefully he'll be tended to and figure out what they need to do as the Comets come on back on the field.
Rogers rolling. He was looking for a screen. Now he throws it the other way, incomplete.
Again, Bibla in that 10-yard range. Got him, but good pressure on Rogers. I don't know if he was throwing it away or trying to throw it to someone, but incomplete. Now what they have to be careful of, Crestwood, is, illegal grounding or throwing it up and having it intercepted by one of the defenders.
Well, Mike Monahan and his crew ruled intentional grounding. That'll take it back to the 30 and should be a loss of down. 2nd and 24 coming up for the Comets. They lead with 7:34 remaining in the third quarter on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard. Flags. This may also be on the offense.
Little disconnected here in the start of the second half. And they're going to be moved back again. So, Marty, it's going to be 2nd and
2nd and 29, Coach.
Coach, we talked about that. Coach, what do we got on 2nd 29? It's a blank page. Screen, draw, maybe try to get to the corner. Screen and draw, two of the things that come to your mind pretty quickly.
And again, a flag is down.
Cadence, Marty. They want to go quick. Cadence seems to be drawn out. So they're going to have to look at that, decide how they want to handle. With the motion, you know the cadence is going to be a little slower.
So it's back to the 20.
In the announcer's booth. If you lost your cell phone, come on up and tell us what the picture is.
2nd and 34. Still nothing there, Coach?
2 pages blank.
Direct snap. Jekyll. Karlik got to him first, and then a host of white jerseys converged upon him. After a gain, I'm sorry, Joe, of about 4.
I'll tell you what, even though he got blocked down, Heller did a nice job there. He had 2 people on him, but the ball carrier had to go inside him. So the third down, there wasn't a big play there. That was what defensively what you want. Try to limit them to less than 10, 15 yards, and the Cougar defense did that. A bit of an unbalanced.
They give it off to Lazo. He's scattering his way to the 30, and he is brought down by Jeremy Ackerman. But the punting unit will have to come out on 4th and 20 plus.
Rogers made a sort of a fake like he was going for a fumble. Lazo gets the snap and goes to his right. There's a lot of congestion. Again, nice job by the defense picking that up.
Gennaro and Van Gils go back deep for the Cougars, awaiting the punt from the homecoming king, Ethan Zabrowski. Cougars came with pressure, but Zabrowski got rid of it. And it's going to take a Cougar roll and be down at the 43 of Crestwood.
Great job by the defense there. Zabrowski's punt came up a little short. They're going to take possession. The Cougars are going to take possession on Crestwood's side of the ball. So good opportunity offensively. Let's see. They've been struggling a little. Let's see if they can take advantage of this.
And Austin Wilson stays on the Cougar sideline. Last possession, he was hobbled and went to the sideline.
But he's up, Marty. He's up and moving around, so let's see what happens on that.
You couldn't see him in that great shot there. But Corrado on 1st and 10. Now he's running, and he is going to be brought down.
Take care of the ball. Try to get back to the line of scrimmage, and Corrado.
I think Alex Yuskevich made the tackle, and then he went down. And the way he had his leg held, that may be a cramp.
It looked like it, Marty, as Yuskevich having a very good defensive game for the Comets. Fast quarter, Marty, 5:48 left, third quarter.
You mentioned 5:48 remaining in the third on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard. And I'm hoping that it's a good sign, the way they're stretching Yuskevich. That's almost like they're treating a cramp.
Yeah, they're trying to get him. Even though it's the first week in October.
Well, a little bit warmer the last couple of days, though.
It has been 72, 73 degrees. Sun was out after about 8 or 9 days of clouds.
Did you get to enjoy the day? Did you get to enjoy the day?
I didn't play any golf, which is enjoyable at this point because I'm not playing real well. Of course, I never play real well. I'm just trying to.
Although I should probably hide behind the screen and the pole and.
We're going to have second and looks like maybe 10.5 yards. Corrado
looking for a screen to Karlik and underthrown, incomplete as the pressure. 3 jerseys, red jerseys, went after Corrado.
Yeah, the motion was going to the right, but Karlik not able to come up with that very short pass. Wasn't dropped. It hit the ground before Karlik could maintain possession. So 3rd and 11. Trips left, wide receiver right side.
Delay a game. And when you have a young quarterback out there, you got to remind him where the play clock is. And that makes it 3rd and 15.
Which makes it a little more difficult for that young quarterback. I think there, maybe with the field position and the time, a timeout would be more appropriate. But hey, that's why I'm up here.
How long you been undefeated, Coach?
Up here? Bunch of years.
Discussion by Mike Monahan and Hazleton area head coach Dennis Bookman. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Hazleton area. And I'm almost wondering if it's not so much on the field that maybe it's on that line.
Don't think. I've had a couple of those called in my lifetime, and throws deep.
And it's complete to Moran.
Great throw over the middle. Brings it to 4th and about 12. We know Corrado can throw it if he has protection, but we're looking at the ball at the 45. Need to get to about the 37, 38 for the first down, it looks like.
But it looks like they'll elect to punt it away. With 5:05 and counting left in the 3rd on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard. Short kick. That'll take a Crestwood roll to the 26-yard line as Gennaro will down it.
And we have a flag away from the ball, Marty. Now it's not away because they moved the ball to the hash, but there is a flag.
And it's against the receiving team, meaning Crestwood.
I still have a cell phone up here. If you lost your cell phone, come on up to the announcer's booth.
Looks like it is against Crestwood, Marty. You had mentioned that.
I heard the PA announcer calling that there's a lost cell phone. I didn't lose my cell phone, but I've lost a lot.
Marty, are you and the stats guy over the next week? I know you're rooting for one team. He's rooting for the amazing Mets.
Well, I'm just hoping that the Fightins don't get embarrassed and that they could just make a good showing for themselves.
I'm neutral on this. I sort of like Detroit.
I know you do. You've even dug out the hat.
Yeah, I found it.
So it'll be marked back to the 10. So a great opportunity here field position-wise for Hazleton area if they can get a stop here defensively.
Exactly. Can't allow a big play.
This is Walsh, bounced off one, bounced off a couple other tackles, but a host of white jerseys converged on him, led by Ackerman, among others, to bring him down.
Led by Ackerman. Vasquez blew it up. He got out there, took on a blocker, and he blew the play up. So we're going to have a second down.
Our advanced scout had mentioned to watch Nate Walsh, the freshman. His first carry resulted in a touchdown, but since then, Hazleton area has been, their antennas are up when they see him enter the game.
They cannot relax. As you talked about, and you and I mentioned that Crestwood's offense can, as they come back inside with the inside reverse, and not a lot there.
Carlick brought down Lazo. Gain of 4, bringing up 3rd and 6. And for the grand scheme of things, a very big play in this ball game. Hazel get a stop here and try to win the field position battle.
There's no doubt about it, Marty. Let's see what the formation brings. They're going unbalanced left to the defense right.
Rogers faked right, looks left to pass. Has a man, and it's caught and complete. And a lost football. Are they giving it to the Cougars? Hazleton area football.
Looked like a completion, obviously fumble, and the Cougars come up with it. So the opportunity that you talked about is happening. They have to get the ball in the end zone at this point. 3:14 left, third quarter.
I didn't foresee turnover, Joe. I was more looking for a punt and get good field position, but you get the turnover here.
A great opportunity.
Just like Crestwood did in the opening half.
4 receivers, left side.
Corrado rolls that way, away from Bibla. Bibla staggered him and allowed Yaskevich, who's back in the game, to bring him down for a sack and a huge loss.
I'll tell you what, Bibla and Jaskevich are doing a great job. You can't allow Bibla to come unblocked. There's no way. He's a dominant player on the defense. He comes with the pressure. If you're sprinting away, that's one thing. Corrado was not sprinting. So again, Bibla, Jaskevich, great job.
Loss of 16 makes it 2nd and 26. Corrado looks left, throws, complete to Mariano. Good to see Barna back in the game making the tackle for Crestwood.
Barna makes the tackle. 2 receivers right there. A lot of defenders picked up a couple yards.
3rd down and 18. Cougars have to get to the Crestwood 17 for a first. I would think you want to just get some yardage here to make it manageable for 4th.
Get something. Are you going to have time to make a throw you're going to pick up the first down? Don't know. Have to do a good job up front.
Corrado going down the right sideline and going up for it was Moran, knocked away by Rogers.
Moran ran the route to Rogers. Turned to the sideline. Corrado can make the throw to the sideline. There's some separation from Rogers, but good pressure coming, so offensively didn't take advantage of that, as Corrado will bring the punt team on.
So the Cougars had a drive start at the Crestwood 43, get a turnover at the 28, and not able to capitalize on either. As Corrado gets away the punt that goes over Lazo's head and into the end zone for a touchback.
Picked up a couple yards on the exchange. So Crestwood offense back in the game at the 20. Big series by the Crestwood defense. Notably, Bibla, Jaskowitz.
And, you know, we talk about it so often in sports. You get in critical times, you look to your seniors, and that big play that just set Hazleton area way behind the sticks was made by two senior linemen and what you mentioned with Bibla and Yaskevich.
Both good sized.
Bibla. And he just got tripped up. Maybe 3 yards on the play.
We talked about clock. We talk about score. Now it's still not time to be overly concerned. But Bibla picks up a couple. Crestwood comes back to line scrimmage, clock running.
And you see it on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard. That clock is Crestwood's friend at this moment.
No doubt about it.
And it's Bibla making sure he holds on to the ball as he'll get out to the 25, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5. But, you know, if Crestwood's able to convert a first down here, maybe get 1 or 2 more, you know, now all of a sudden you're talking 4 or 5 minutes off the clock.
3rd down about 6, maybe 7, long 6.
Rogers, they hand to the back coming through the middle.
Good job of defense there. They were trying to catch Hazleton defensively, maybe a little back on their heels.
Tried to go to Lazo. He's about a yard shy of the first.
Carry ball down at the 29-yard line, 4th and 1.
Joel Vasquez helped stop that play.
Did a good job, Marty.
Looking at the clocks, Crestwood does not have to run another play here.
Let it run down, and we're going to look at the 4th quarter. Both teams, I think, have 3 timeouts.
So we're at zeros. Through 3, it's 14-0 Crestwood. You're watching live high school football on WYLN.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations,
Route 93 in Escapec,
or downtown Hazleton,
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
This is the Lehigh Valley Health Network Orthopedic Institute game of the week. Start of the 4th quarter. Crestwood have 4th and 1 from their own 29 coming up to start the 4th. Hazleton area's had opportunities, haven't been able to capitalize, especially in that 3rd quarter.
This field position doesn't lend itself to maybe we should go for it, but I wouldn't I definitely wouldn't fall asleep on defense here.
Well, I wouldn't fall asleep because Rogers came out with the offense.
They're coming out, and it looks like they're going to go after it.
Now, Hazleton area needs to stay disciplined as the play clock is down to 6. Crestwood hurries to the line. Now they try a shift. Clock hits zeros. I think there was a delay of game before. Our neighbors from Hazleton area were saying there might have been movement, but I think the play clock ran out for a delay of game before any movement up front.
Obviously, all that movement was to draw the defense. Hazleton's defense does a nice job maintaining the line of scrimmage without going across. And Zabrowski on the...
So Hazleton area should come away with decent field position again here. Low snap. Zabrowski blocked. It's going to the end zone. Still there. Safety. Sire with the hustle to recover it, causing the safety to make it 14-2. And now Sire, I believe, may be cramped up in the end zone.
I'll tell you what, though, that was a great effort to either kick it out of the end zone or recover it for safety, because you could have given up a touchdown.
And it was the low snap, and Zabrowski tried his best to pick it up and try to get the punt off, but there might have been 5 white jerseys there that caused the block. I'm not going to try to commit to who blocked that punt, and it rolled to the end zone. But as you mentioned, Sire was the only red jersey, and great hustle to dive on it and at least get the safety.
Get the safety. Now you're gonna get the ball back if you're the Cougars. So as he comes up after a great effort, Emmett Sire, junior, great effort to come away with, to allow the Cougars to come away with the safety rather than the touchdown.
And I heard Jim Burns mention it, and it's interesting that punt took 41 seconds.
Well,
yeah, but the clock wasn't running to start.
It was bouncing around there. I don't know if it would take that long, but 11:19 left. Fourth quarter end the game, as we're going to see the...
So we're going to get a free...
11:48.
12 seconds, I can believe.
Yes. As the referee, Mike Monahan...
You can't put anything past him. Particularly because he knows there's a certain guy in Freeland that's watching and that'll call him on it.
Good. That was a good pickup by the official.
So 12 seconds off the clock. 11:48 left in the fourth. Now 14-2. But it'll be interesting to see how this fourth quarter proceeds. But a big play there by Emmett Sire on special teams for Crestwood with some great hustle. Lawbaw's I believe that's Gonzalez that's down.
Official looks like he's marking the ball.
And they're
there
saying first down, Hazleton area.
As down, right.
And let's clarify from our vantage point, didn't look like a dirty hit, just looked like a hit that Gonzalez didn't see coming.
Both players going full speed in a collision. As somebody once said, and I know this is the era of you're concerned about injuries, but you're not dancing. It's a collision sport. And both players with the effort
But I will say during the Olympics, that dancing competition sometimes looked like a contact sport.
Yeah, it did.
Paul marked at the Cougar 49. They're on the board with a safety from their special teams, looking for something offensively. Corrado under pressure, intercepted! Picked off and brought back to the 40.
Interception by Kennedy, number 1.
Carter Kennedy with the pick.
He dropped off into the flat.
He almost seemed like he didn't believe what he saw, and he dropped back, and Corrado didn't see him.
Corrado started to drop, didn't get a lot on the ball, number one. Number two, if you're going to throw a quick out, do it from like a 3-step and stay at 3 or 4 yards, because Kennedy didn't rush. He just dropped off. So coming off a big safety, the interception, I thought I saw Miller up and on the sideline, but obviously he's not going to be back. So
it's been an eventful 30 seconds, Joe.
Very eventful. 14-2 as Bibla.
Bibla finds open running room, brought down by Van Gilst inside the 30, where he gets a Grand Central first down.
That's exactly what you need now if you are Crestwood. Pound it at him. Hold on to the ball, run the clock.
Bibla again, trying to get to the outside, down the sideline, knocked out of bounds near the 10, and another Grand Central first down.
Has enough speed to get the ball to the corner, and they're going to keep the clock running.
I'm actually surprised that they're rushing to the line, Joe.
8-8-5-6.
There's still 20 seconds on the play clock, but they're looking that maybe if they get 7 here, they'll put it away as Bibla bulls his way near the 5. And, Joe, this almost reminds me of the last season of Bill Cowher in Steeler football when he went to Bettis as the closer.
Yeah, he was the closer. That's exactly right.
You know, you've come with Jekyll, you've come with Lazo, you've come with Walsh. Now you're going with the big body Bibla here in the 4th.
And clock is running. We'll look at going under 10 minutes left in the ball game as
Bibla this time to Jekyll's left.
Go unbalanced to the right side.
And they were waiting for Bibla, the white jerseys of Hazleton area. Johnson, among others, brought him down for a loss. As the comments I failed to mention, Joe, are in the FNL Doors red zone.
Carlick got up the field very quickly to blow that play up. But again, I mean, 3rd and goal. And don't have to be in a lot of hurry as we go unbalanced right again.
But this time it's Jekyll. Cuts it back, and he's brought down for no gain. That was Carlick again.
I'll tell you what, Carlick playing a nice game defensively.
But the clock goes under 9 minutes here in the 4th on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard.
Let's see what the Comets decide to do. Maybe run the clock down, call timeout, and make a decision. But you can use clock here. You can run it down to 8:30, just about.
And just by that hand signal that I saw from Coach Ark on the sideline, I think that's exactly what you said is going to happen here. They're going to wind this down as close as possible, and then they're going to tell Mike Monahan to call timeout. And that is the case. Timeout Comets. They lead 14-2. We're keeping it here. I apologize. I thought we were going to break. I was ready to stretch my legs.
One of the things, Marty, here, you talk about maybe trying to kick a field goal, or do you say, listen, we're up 12, we're playing well defensively, let's go ahead and run a play, see if we can get it in the end zone, because this is a 4th and goal play. Talk about practicing during the week. You take 4 or 5 plays that you should have ready to go in this kind of situation. But they've accomplished 80% of what they wanted to do. They've used some clock. Let's see if they can decide what they want to do with the play choice.
It'll be 4th and goal at the 10.
You see Coach Ark saying okay and shaking his head.
And they're going to keep Rogers on the sideline, and they're going to try the field goal.
It's one of the options.
20-yard field goal.
So we're looking at 27-yard field goal attempt for the left footer, Lazo to hold. Kick is up and off to the right, no good. So Hazleton area will hold, but now the daunting task, 2-score game with 8:27 left.
So 80% accomplished. We used the clock. 20 to 25% didn't come away with any points. Now, if you go back and look at the first 3 quarters and 40%, Hazleton's really had a tough time offensively. So you rely on your defense.
Austin Wilson is back in the game. 1st and 10 from the 20. Wilson, pass caught by Mariano, a gain of 5 to the 25.
You want Marty, you have 3 timeouts. You have 8 minutes.
And Rogers lost his helmet, so he's going to have to leave the game for a play. He'll be replaced by Arnius Ocasio. Crestwood timeout with 8:13 remaining.
Okay, the Comets used one of their timeouts. But as I said, you're going to have 2nd and 5 now. So not a bad play on 1st down for the Cougars.
Cougars have their final home game next Friday night against Pittston area. We'll be on the air next Friday night at 7 from Harmon Geist Stadium. Lehigh Valley Health Network, Orthopedic Institute Game of the Week. Patriots, Cougars next Friday night live at 7 here on WILN.
As you mentioned, Marty, 2-score game, which is big right now because of obviously you're in the 4th quarter and you have 8-something left in the ball game. And even if you come down, field goal's not going to do it. You have to score twice.
Second and 5 from the 25. Wilson looks right. He's under pressure. Got rid of it. Van Gils just can't hang on as Ocasio with the great defense.
I'll tell you what, Ocasio did a great job because he stayed after the receiver. Looked like it could have been caught. So, go to 3rd down. What you want to do is extend this offensive series.
And good to see for Hazleton area after that big hit on that return. Carlos Gonzalez back in for Hazleton area. Wilson, pass caught, complete by the aforementioned Gonzalez. Great tackle by Lazo. Keeps him shy of the first down by about 1.5 yards.
I tell you what, Gonzalez did a great job with the catch because that ball was tipped. It looked like it was tipped. It was wobbling. I think we're going after it on 4th down. Coach Buckman decides if you give it up now.
7:35 and counting left here in the 4th.
You might not get it back, so looks like they're going to go after him.
Bad snap! Bibla tried to pick it up, and it's going to be covered.
Didn't look like that bad of a snap. It was to the right, and looked like Wilson just couldn't handle it.
Sorry, Joe. It looked like Eli Meadows covered the fumble.
Meadows with a big opportunity for the Comets, and
third Cougar turnover on the night. Crestwood will get it at the 20, starting in the FNL Doors red zone. Rogers back in at quarterback. Low snap to Jekyll. And he's going to be brought down by Karlik for a loss of about 1 yard.
Tell you, there's no quit in Karlik. He really goes after it. Jekyll tried to get to the corner where he's done very well tonight. But Karlik right there to bring him down.
But even if it's 3 more 1 yard losses, that clock could be down to 5 minutes.
Again, we're Crestwood taking it as they go wide left with 2, trying to separate some secondary people, trying to get Karlik.
Jekyll to the end zone, touchdown Crestwood.
Separated some of the secondary so they could get Jekyll maybe at the second level off the right side, and he did it 20-2. Impressive display by the Comets tonight.
Zabrowski for the point after.
And Zabrowski's kick is good. 6:33 remaining. Comets on homecoming weekend lead at 21-2.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results. So elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Crestwood takes advantage of a third Cougar turnover to increase the lead to 21-2.
Jekyll 20-yard run right side, 6:33 of the 4th. Zabrowski kick good. 2 plays, 20 yards, and 59 seconds off the clock. Cougars now
Taken by one of the up men. Going down the sideline is Karlik. Karlik, one man to beat. And he's going to get to the end zone for a Cougar touchdown on the kickoff return. But there is a flag down at the Cougar 44.
Let's check out the flag.
And it's a hold against the Cougars.
Away from the play, Karlik was down the left sideline all the way, but the official made the call, holding on the Cougars. So we're looking at the ball, the touchdown called back.
Cougar take over. First and 10 at the 34.
As we heard from the PA announcer, first and 10 for the 34. The Cougars take over, but not the result the Cougars wanted after seeing that burst from Ashton Karlik.
I'll tell you what, Karlik played, I think, a pretty decent game overall. Not going to like it because Cougars may end up on the short end of the score, but Cougars come out. The play clock is at 10.
Crestwood, 10 penalties on the night, 78 yards. Hazleton area only 5 for 40. But that may say 5 for 40, but what a big penalty. As Mariano finds some open field across the middle, he's got a Grand Central first down to the Crestwood 43.
And the reason for that, Marty, is, to be honest with you, Wilson extended the play by stepping away from the pressure, picked up good yardage in the first down.
Clock continues to run under 6 minutes left here in the fourth on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard.
After marking the ball.
Wilson's pass, dangerous. Rogers there, looking for Mariano.
Rogers did a nice job on the break, but you ought to file that away. Maybe, again, had to throw it a little high, Marty, because of the pressure. Hands in the air from that Comet defense. 5:47 left.
3 receivers to the top of your screen. Mariano at the bottom. Wilson under pressure, and he's sacked. Combination sack by Meadows and Bibla.
Yeah, that time Bibla off the corner, and we have.
And I believe that's Wilson down again.
Bibla hard off the corner. I mean, I think that one of the things when you, obviously Crestwood knows Hazleton has to put the ball in the air. You got to go max protection, which means maybe keeping an extra man in to block on someone like Bibla. Did a great job with the move off the corner. I think he might have picked up that move a little bit with some help from his father.
You think he was listening?
Coach Ark putting an emphasis on, as Wilson is let off the field, but he's walking, a little help, but the good part is that he is able to walk a little. It looks like maybe, don't know if it's in it. Well, again.
So that'll mean the reinsertion of Freddie Corrado.
Third down.
Loss of 7, making it 3rd and 17.
Third and long from the 50 for the Cougars.
And actually, it's a direct snap to Karlik. And Crestwood not fooled in the least. Bibla again leading the charge, holding him up, waiting for help.
Also in the keeper, Bibla, number 44. Got to him.
Bibla had some help there. Drana, Jaskevich. And it looks like the Comets will come away with an impressive victory, Marty. Both sides of the ball.
Mariano now the 3rd punter used tonight for Hazleton area. Flag stopped the play.
And there's a flag to stop that play.
Crestwood, I think, a little anxious to get off the ball.
Move it up to the 45 and see what they're going to do.
So that'll make it now 4th and 12, but it looks like the punt unit will remain on the field for the Cougars.
Yeah, I don't think, obviously, if it was 4th or 2 or 3, it would change the situation. But
high end-over-end kick, short. And Lazo in a crowd comes up and makes the fair catch at the 25.
under 5 minutes.
If you're Coach Art, a couple first downs may do the trick.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, Marty. Move the football and win the game. Used to always tell the offensive line, you're the finisher. Move the football, pick up the first down, maybe 2 of them. You're up by 3 scores.
This is Lazo. Cut it back. And he'll gain nice yardage of about 7.
Reverse Lazo, number 14.
And we all know who Coach Art played for.
33-yard line.
Get it done up at Kings.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
But in all seriousness, that means winning the battle up front, and you have to say Crestwood, for the most part tonight, has done that.
Yeah, they have, Marty. I mean, they've had good play selection, moved the ball well. Good job by the offensive and defensive lines. And now
Rogers looking at that clock across the way, down to 5. And it's Jekyll in the open field. Jekyll will be knocked out of bounds by Heck, but not before a big Grand Central first down.
Jekyll has had a great night. He may be close to 140, 150 for the evening. You have to credit that offensive line for helping him.
2 touchdowns. $18 carries, 162 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Not a bad night at the ranch.
And now Bibla. Pulling his way in open field. Bibla to the end zone. Touchdown, Crestwood on homecoming weekend. The senior, Lincoln Bibla, doing it on both ends of the field.
You know, Bibla's, obviously he's a good runner, but you're trying to tackle him. You've been out there a long time defensively. Bibla, 6'1", 220. If you try to tackle him high or don't wrap up, he's going to take it to the end zone, which he did. Zabrowski for the extra point.
Kick is up and good. It's now 28-2, Comets.
Getting to the finish line, starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results. So elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Lincoln Bibla, the closer. 8 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Crestwood on homecoming weekend leading it 28-2.
First time we've seen Crestwood, Marty, and impressed with the display they've put on offensively and defensively as the Comets line up to kick off.
It's Labaugh to one of the up men. Coming up, Jeffrey Lantigua, a freshman, finding a nice return out across the 40.
Great opportunity for a freshman to show what he can do, and gets it up the field. Marty Bibla, 40-yard run, right side, 3:23 off the clock. Zabrowski kicked good, 3 plays, 75 yards, minute and 4 off the clock. Bibla, 1 run, 40 yards. Jekyll. At 160 right now, thereabouts for the night.
This is Lantigua. And he's going to get out across midfield. Gain of 6.
Only a freshman, 5'10", 185. Lantigua gets it up as clock continues to run. We're going to go to 2 minutes here shortly. Lantigua back.
It's going to be a toss to Karlik. Karlik gets into Crestwood territory before Yaskevich brings him down from behind for a gain of 2.
Karlik has played a very good game, both sides of the ball, as he goes to the sideline. Both teams now with some younger players in the game. 3rd and 2.
Lantigua bobbled the snap, and he keeps it. He has a first down and more, and he's down the sideline. Bibla will bring him down inside the 35, but not before a Grand Central first down.
Bibla did a nice job recovering because Lantigua ran away from him at the line of scrimmage, then took it down the sideline, but Bibla recovered, came back and made the tackle. But Lantigua showing a little bit of movement there.
Approaching the final minute of play on the Penn State Hazleton scoreboard. It's a toss to Heck. Heck cuts it back, and Meadows will bring him down after a short gain of about a yard. Doesn't get any easier for the Comets. The Dallas Mountaineers will be in here next Friday night. Cougars get their final home game next Friday night right here on WILN as they'll play Pittston area.
Dallas Crestwood next Friday night should be a good one. Dallas not as dominating this year as they have been in the past.
Antigua gets the wide snap. Capes. Urban will force him out of bounds. Even though the clock continues to run. Maybe he didn't go out of bounds. So that'll be it. Crestwood on homecoming weekend comes away with the big 28-2 victory over Hazleton area. Where Crestwood, to be honest, dominated both sides of the line. And a lot of it were the seniors, Joe. Bibla, Yaskevich, Drana, excuse me.
I'll tell you what, offensive line and defensive line for Crestwood did a very nice job allowing Bibla and Jekyll to rush for about 250 between them, close to that anyhow. And defensively, they did what they had to do to slow down the offense we saw last week. Hazleton just could not bring that to the line of scrimmage, and a dominating performance by the Comets.
And we mentioned the seniors, but also the starting line, Gonzalo Lozano and Brady Cook, a couple of juniors for Crestwood on the offensive line. But I really thought the defense set the tone, and the big play was that mishandled snap early on that led to an 18-yard drive and Crestwood gaining the lead.
You know
at
what,
7-0.
Marty, we talked about the turnovers. We talked about the turnovers, and that was a big part of that game.
Coach Arcangeli and the winning Crestwood Comets. Coach Ark is down on the sideline with Mike Sosar.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win. Big homecoming win. Almost a carbon copy of that first half. Punt, turnover, interception, score off the turnover. Yep. Nothing doing on that Hazleton offense with your D tonight.
I mean, a lot of grit to our defense. Our defensive guys did such a good job preparing. Coach Hauser did an amazing job preparing for tonight. But those guys have to play. They have to do it. They're amazing. Toughness, character, grit. I like where our Comets are at, buddy.
Coach, 4-3 now over that 500 mark. I know you want to run. I know. Dallas on the highway next week. What do you see at home here?
It's good. It'll be a great game against two really good teams. We're looking forward to it.
Best of luck, Coach. Thanks again. Guys, we're going back to Hazleton for the game of the week, but Crestwood got it tonight. Back up to you, Marty.
I haven't figured out if Mike will be selling glossies next week of him and Coach Bookman up at Harmon Stadium, but we'll have to wait and see on that. And even though the game ended 28-2, the one player I do want to mention, it could have made things a whole lot different if not for the effort by Emmett Sire on the first play of this fourth quarter, hustling and keeping a block punt to only being a safety. Cougars get that touchdown, make it 14-7. Who knows?
Yeah, like I said, he recovered it. What you tell a lot of your players that in that situation batted out of the end zone for the safety. Don't even worry about trying to recover. But Zires did a great job recovering that.
And I interrupted you, Coach. You were ready you had some comments.
Well, you talked about Mike and some glossies. I hope he's not charging like $50 for autographs.
You know there is inflation, right?
Yeah.
When you look at it from last week with Hazleton area, it's a carbon copy, except it went the other way. They only had 64 yards on the ground, 114 through the air for 178 yards of total offense. And it was the Crestwood offense, 315 yards on the ground, a total of 362 yards of total offense. Jekyll, 18 carries, 162 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bibla, 9 carries, 80 yards and a touchdown. And Austin Wilson had to be helped off a couple times to the Hazleton area sideline. Hopefully he's okay. He finished 6 of 16 for 77 yards for Hazleton area. Coach, your final thoughts?
My final thought is if you can rush the ball with those two backs for 250 a game, you're going to have a very good chance to win it for the most part.
So Crestwood comes away with the victory on homecoming weekend. We say goodnight for our director, Barry J.S. Stats by Jim Burns. The world-famous Mike Sosar on the sidelines. Joe DeMelfi, I'm Marty Burns saying so long. Once again, the final score. Crestwood comes away with the homecoming 2024 victory by defeating the Cougars 28-2. This has been a WYLN Sports special presentation. Good night and have a great weekend from Mountaintop.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.